Hey guys, Marslinger here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so we are going to jump in now straight away on stream here live. Part 3 stuff has started. We're going to do the 5th and final stage, or we assume, of the Dismal Future Red Zone. It must be the last one, right, because you get the support memory for completing it and everything. Because it feels like there's going to be maybe like an EX part or something extra, right, because there's no Goku Black, the LR EZA announcement in the news, so not really too sure what's going on there, but this should be the final stage. It's against Fusion ZAMASU. There are missions to do. I like the fact they've put in missions straight away from day one. And we're going to do the Time Travelers one here straight away. The only thing I really know about the stage is that the last phase is physical. And people in the chat have been saying that apparently he has AoEs in the first phase, is it? So, I don't know, I guess we'll see. Alright, so the first phase is in. So we've got in Fusion ZAMASU. I'm going to assume that he is literally AoEing in slot 1. That is pretty bad for units like Mai. Okay, well, let's see what happens. There is a definite possibility that Mai just gets absolutely clapped up here on turn 1. Right. 123k, okay. Yup. Well, you're gonna dodge this, right? Okay, good. Whew. Whew. Alright, well, our first attempt is off to an interesting start. AoE in slot 1, Gowasu and ZAMASU not dodging and taking 120k. And then, yeah, Mai gets, obviously, her damage reduction when attacking, and then gets the extra when she gets the if she gets a second super. So her being in slot 1 is probably not ideal. Oh, not sorry, slot 1. In the AoE being in slot 1 is not ideal. Yes, Heroes vs Sin flashbacks. People not dodging these AoEs. Yeah. All right, there we go. Okay, I'm going to assume that since he's got AoEs as well, he doesn't do anything like super attack twice or something like that. But, I mean, Mai just dies here if she doesn't get a second super, right? Oh, come on, Mai. Why do you have to be like this? He's taking 0 damage. Oh, okay. Oh, wait, so his normal attacks must not do that much damage then, because Mai, without her damage reduction, Mai usually gets clapped. So, that's interesting. Also, we got yeah, AoEs definitely make this way more. I mean, these guys do have, what is it, like, yeah, 353k start of turn. It's not crazy, but judging by how much STR Mai took in that last turn, I'm gonna assume that his normal attacks don't do that much damage. Oof. Yeah, so the AoE is the big issue, and both turns now he's done it in slot 1, which is kind of awkward. But hopefully that means we'll be good now, right? I mean, I guess the thing is his super attack still does a pretty decent amount of damage, so depending on who has to take the super, it can still be a lot. Yeah, see, additional normals are doing like no damage, so he must have like very high. Actually, to be fair, even with like damage reduction, people still take some damage. Like, ooh, yeah. So those slot 1 AoEs are a bit of a killer. So what we'll do is we will take off. We'll take off STR Mai. I mean, Gowasu and ZAMASU obviously do have the chance to dodge, but they just let us down. I could risk running Bardock because he's got type advantage in the first phase. The only problem will be when we get to the last part, will he then get absolutely destroyed? Vegito obviously only gets his dodge chance in slot 3, so he's not going to be very good here either. And then in terms of physical units, yeah, let's throw Bardock on the team. I'm quite interested to see how how he will do here, to be honest. So yeah, we'll just jump straight back in.
Let's do this.
And let's see how we go. Oh yeah, I have to remember, of course, that this is the red zone stage as well, so it means it has limited attempts. So once we'll basically just do what we did last time with the new stage, where if we get to like the final attempt, I will just have to use, we'll have to just use items, right? But yeah, this is a really awkward turn. None of my slot 1 units on turn 1, and he is AoEing in slot 1 again. So it seems like that is the go-to. Is he just going to do that in slot 1 every single time? I mean, it is only the 1, but still, it's that can add up. Because if the AoE is doing a bit of decent amount of damage to, like, one of your units on the rotation, even if it's only 1, and then he supers as well, that's a pretty considerable amount of damage in 1 turn, right? Yeah, Bardock obviously going to be fine here. I'm guessing he's not going to be able to be sealed or anything. I didn't look at the symbols at the top, but I assume it's very unlikely he can have any status effects. Yeah. 12.5 million for Trunks, though, on turn 1. It's pretty good. He also seems to have quite a lot of HP, because that 12 million attacks, that super, and the super from Bardock, which I know didn't do a huge amount, but only took off like 1 health bar. And then he got a bunch of normals. Wonderful. How much did he take from this? 152. Yeah, see, look at that. We lost like 70% of our HP in the first turn. That's pretty crazy. There's a crit, and we're getting additional as well. And these guys are going to have super high defense at this point, but yeah, they'll tank his normals okay anyway. All right, well, that was a turn 1. Oh, there you go. We actually get to attack first this time. Although the only problem is the Vegeta and Trunks will still have guard, right? Because they will have got their entrance animation. So really, Trunks needs to attack in slot 1 because he's the one that needs to get as much defense as possible. Can I actually live this turn, though? That is the question. Without an item. Or should we just go ahead and use one? Let me try it out and see. I think what I'm going to do is if we resign to using items, I think one of the best things to do, because of the combination of the AoE and potential super, I think this is one of those events where you probably are best off to like just use a Whis on turn 1. Because you can get through those first 2 turns, get your units a bit of build up, and the AoEs aren't going to do too much damage. But there you go. This is the kind of turn that we want to see from Trunks, right? Triple super. So now he has 30% damage reduction. So yeah, double digits, 65k. I mean, it's their first hit and they're not in slot 1, right? So they're not getting their extra defense or anything. Although that does mean I'm pretty sure Vegeta and Trunks will just get killed by a super here now. So ideally, if he is going to super, we need him to super Gawasu and ZAMASU and for them to dodge. Well, never mind. Yeah, and the fact that additional normals can do 0 damage means it'll be very difficult to actually finish them off as well. Like, because in that turn, we could have gotten, like Vegeta and Trunks did what? 1 additional normal? They could potentially have done 2 additional supers, and then we would have killed him, right? And gone on to the next phase, I think. Because he has a lot of HP, so it's kind of hard to tell from how much HP he had left, whether 2 additional supers from them would have been enough to kill him, but... Alright, let's go for just doing it with items. So we'll throw on a support memory and just jump back in with this team. Hopefully we do get a slightly better starting rotation. Well, we have a slightly better starting rotation because we've got the blue boys on turn 1, but... And the AoE is in slot 1 again. Okay. Well... how much? Godly Power is a really good attack link, isn't it? Yeah, but it's not enough to match up to those. So yeah, we're just going to pop a Whis on turn 1 to allow ourselves these first 2 turns. We can just get some build up, not have to worry. Do this and then do this. Would you rather never use a Whis again or never use a healing item again? Yeah, I feel like Whis is more useful. Obviously, there's those turns where, you know, if you get blasted by a super and go into the second turn and you're on like 100,000 HP, even with a Whis, you could still potentially die. But, but obviously, some units will have like healing abilities and stuff. I think the Whis is probably the best item in the game, right? I feel like that is a general. We can agree that as right as general consensus, but. Yeah, the attempt limit is still one of the worst things about the red zone. It's like those Divine Wrath and Mortal Will stages when they came out last time. The Vegito one especially. It's like super difficult at first until people figured out like the best way to do it. But imagine if you only had 5 tries. I feel like so many people would have just not beaten it on the first day. Oh yeah, Bardock. Bardock I think is a good choice for this, at least for the first phase. It'll just be interesting to see if he gets absolutely destroyed in the final phase, which is definitely possible. But hopefully by then we get our units are a bit more built up. Princess Snake is really good as well. It's just unfortunate that it's only 1 turn. Because the Whis, having all that damage reduction for 2 turns, I think it makes such a huge difference. Alright, so good turn. The AoE's in slot 1 again, but we still have the Whis. So everyone should take double digits from this, right? Okay, well, Trunks, I guess Trunks is pre-super, but that's another interesting thing about this. Like, imagine, we've talked about recently how it's interesting how they've designed these new difficult stages when you think about how they designed the new units. Like, they made all of the red zone stages pretty much short fights that are super hard right from the start, and then some of the big like releases and easy A's and stuff like that are like slow building units or something, or stackers, right? Like the Tech Trunks and the Ingoku Black. And then you've got like this physical Trunks is the new part 2 summonable Carnival LR, and even in this phase where he's got type advantage, because the enemy can do AoEs in slot 1, he'll still take damage because he needs to super to get basically all of his defensive ability. Very interesting. Interesting is a word for it, right? Interesting choice. Sure, it doesn't mean anything, but interesting for the easier Int Trunks Extreme Z area. You can use the Tech 50% supports. That is weird. Alright, so there's will they be able to finish him off here? They get guaranteed crit, right? Oh, no. So this is our first turn. We have no Whis here, but he's not AoEing in slot 1. So I think we are pretty good to go now. Because we just do this. Also, getting Bardock floated off here before we get to the final phase is actually really good. Got given a membership when Part 2 banners dropped and actually got Sword of Hope, Trunks, Bulma, and Future Gohan. Well, there you go. See, the Ningen Club luck is real. Them not killing him, I was about to say, unless they get supered. I was going to say them not killing him is kind of good because it gives Trunks more attacks, so he can get more built up. But then they dodge the super, so we'll take that. Wait, is this my Trunks? My Trunks has 1 dupe, so that's not too shabby. Get another super attack off there. Okay, so physical corrupted ZAMASU. I think I actually unironically might just go ahead and use the active skill straight away, right? Because getting the extra defense straight away I feel like is probably a good idea. I don't have any of the animations on, but let's put the animations on because I want to see like the active skills and stuff. So Gum No Mortals, yep. The No Mortals plan is in full effect here with this Fusion ZAMASU. Now obviously this, wait, is there active guaranteed crit? I can't remember. But obviously they have type disadvantage. But I mean, it's more about the defense, right? I think, is their active skill one of the ones that gives them guaranteed crits for the turn? I think it might be. I mean, they did crit, so I have no way to know. Only if they didn't crit would I know for sure which way it was. But, right, so I need to make sure there's 3 orbs together for Gowasu and ZAMASU. So I guess we'll just do this. So what are our defenses looking like? They've got 700k defense in slot 1 and guard. Trunks already has 621k, which is pretty good. Just double check out of curiosity. Yeah, it is. Okay, I thought it was. I just couldn't remember. I forget sometimes who has the guaranteed crit ones and who doesn't. Yeah, I want to save the Whis because we floated off Bardock on the last turn, and having Bardock on the rotation when there's not going to be a Whis active, I feel like is pretty dangerous. This could be pretty painful. Well, we do have guard at least. Ooh. 377. It's a bit spicy. Now, hopefully he can't. Hopefully he can't double super. So, oh yeah, of course they do. Yeah, Gowasu and ZAMASU get tons of extra key versus extreme. That is true. So yeah, don't even need to worry about key for them. But yeah, if he can, as long as he can't double super, then we should be okay here, right? Wow. I mean, Gowasu and ZAMASU, I don't know how much damage they would actually take if they didn't dodge, but it all depends. Right, Trunks getting his additionals, that's what we like to see. No second super, ZAMASU. Okay. And then these guys get their super, get a bit of extra defense. Do we get a double super? Nope. Well, 640k. Jesus. Okay. 640k. Well. Alright, let's try this. So, we've got technically a full Future Saga team, right? So, Future Gohan's leader skill is going to be in play. Let's turn this off quickly so we don't get all of the intro animations on turn 1, since we have 3 intro animation characters. Gowasu and ZAMASU are on Future Saga, yeah. They're the, because that's the saga in the show that they come from, right? They're not on, like, any of the other things, right? So we need to get, yeah, Vegeta and Trunks floated off here, really. I'm going to follow the same strategy as last time, I think, and just go ahead and Whis turn 1. So the first 2 turns are protected. I think that's the way to go. And then we do this. Alright, so let's see how we go. Dodges from the blue boys in slot 1 is what we want to see. Although I suppose normal attack dodges for them aren't really going to matter too much at this point because we have the Whis active, so. Yeah, the Trunks and my reunion support memory would definitely be very good for the very start. Obviously, I've jumped straight into the new Red Zone stage without, you know, we haven't done any of the free-to-play stages or anything like that. So, the unfortunate thing as well is if we don't beat it this time, I think there's only 1 try left after this. So if we don't beat it this time, I won't be able to do the superhero mission as well today, which is a shame. Plus, that means the superhero mission, I literally have like 1 attempt. Yeah, those additionals doing 0 is crazy. That's right, Future Gohan's going to get an actual additional super. You gotta love the fact that for these first few turns, you just can't take damage. Yeah, that's the one thing I will always agree with these Red Zone stages. I don't mind getting new stages that are difficult and a bit of a challenge, and you have to kind of rethink and like change your team and stuff like that, but then you can only do it 5 turns. 5 times. So it's like, if you try out a different team build and just immediately die turn 1 to AoEs, then it's like, oh, well now what? Back to the drawing board, I guess. Yeah, this is a really bad turn for getting all these AoEs and stuff. That's the problem. On that last turn, we basically had all of our slot 1 units on the first turn. So, fortunately, we do have the Whis active, but... Dodge, Gowasu and ZAMASU? No. Still take 80k through a Whis. Oof. I feel like that, just like last time, they could be the reason that we die. But yeah, the Future Gohan's going to be super good when we get to the last phase, right? Especially when the domain is active as well. He's just going to be doing tons of damage. Plus, in this event, STR Trunks obviously is getting his full passive. We're fighting a run with God's Enemy, so we're getting the extra supers, we're getting guaranteed crits. Triple super on turn 1, so he gets all of those stacks on his super attack effect. So, pretty good first turn for him. How much? Actually, yeah, with his own damage reduction and the Whis, he should take very little from this. Yeah. 9 damage. It's pretty good. Okay. Okay, so... Ugh, this turn again. I'm just going to float off Trunks, I guess. Because, yeah, I don't want to lose Future Gohan off the rotation. Because he's going to have his domain on the next rotation. So... yeah, see, his AoE is not super powerful, so Gohan having the 60% damage reduction before he attacks is more than good enough. Yeah, I wasn't too impressed with this STR Trunks when I did his showcase, but maybe I just got unlucky in those runs or something. Like, I've seen a lot of people say that he does have the potential to be good, so I must just have had like a bad first experience when I used him or something, but it's he's obviously well suited to this with the last phase being physical, because just having built-in damage reduction, he can get a few stacks on his super attack effect, so that plus like type advantage, obviously he should be quite good. Plus, I mean, in the first run that I did with him, we died like turn 1 because he was on turn 1, and he gets a lot more buffs when you're on lower HP. So when you're on full HP, he's just really not very good. Alright, look at this. Turn from Future Gohan. Built up enough attack power that even the normal attacks actually did damage. Trunks should kill here unless we get terrible RNG, right? Because we're starting off with a 10 million super. Yeah, there we go. I think we should be good here now. Nice. Alright. Back to the physical stage. Alright, we've got the Icarus go off this turn. So we get a bit of a heal, bit of extra defense. We'll go ahead and use the active skill with Vegeta and Trunks.
We did it. Trunks.
Pump up that defense even more. So that plus the Icarus, we should be looking pretty good here. Yeah, pretty good defense levels. I feel like we do need a Whis to be able to survive a super, though. I don't want to use these guys' active skill because they will take a lot of damage. And then next turn, yeah, see, next turn we just go ham with Future Gohan. So I think if we do this, we should hopefully secure the win. I guess it depends. I'm still not going to use their active skill even with the Whis, right? Because it halves their defense. So they'll be at like 240k. And so even with a Whis, I feel like if then they ate a super, we would probably still take a lot of damage, right? So I was going to super straight away in slot 1. All right, well, we have Guard. We have our Whis. So, yeah, I was going to say, I imagine we don't take double digits, but that's fine. I still have no idea because we didn't get super far with on that very first attempt where we got to the physical phase. But I still have no idea whether he can double super in one turn. I'm hoping not. Which will be interesting because I feel like that makes it so that even though his damage numbers are obviously going to be higher in the second phase, I feel like that makes it so that the first phase is just harder, right? Because like the fact that he AoEs and can AoE in slot 1, or did fairly regularly AoE in slot 1, adds a pretty significant level of difficulty to the event overall. But yeah, Trunks getting his additionals, gets a guaranteed additional against the Realm of God's enemy, plus yeah, I don't think he can double super. 7.3 million from AGL Trunks and Maya is pretty good as well. I think they're probably, I mean, I do like the Int ZAMASU as well, but in terms of the super types, I guess, I feel like they're probably the best out of the sub EZAs. Alright, so here we go. I mean, we're just going to use this, right? I never get tired of seeing it, so I'm going to turn the animation off. But we are just going to use this.
I will defeat you!
Stop acting like a pampered baby, Gohan!
I know you've got more power in you!
Okay, so do this. Do this. We'll do this because they're going to get extra key anyway. We've got the Whis active, so hopefully Gowasu and ZAMASU don't absolutely sell, which they could still. Also, the other problem with keeping our HP protected like this is that we are... Well, actually, to be fair, we're on turn 5, so if we do get to turn 7 and we're still not on low enough HP, we'll be able to fuse with into the Geo anyway, because we have a full future rotation, so... Yeah, stop acting like a pampered baby, Ninja. Just beat the event. I know you have more power in you. Well, I mean, Future Gohan's about to go ham here, so... Come on, Future Gohan. Just finish him off so we don't even have to worry about ZAMASU and Gowasu selling out in slot 3. You can do it. You can't do it. He could have done it, but he didn't do it. Oh, God, he hasn't supered yet either. Oh, no. Don't do this to me, Gowasu and ZAMASU. Oh, they still take 125k from a normal attack. Whoa. Oh god, and we have no... So we don't have an item left. Oh, how much damage would they do? Would he do to them in slot 1 with a super? Would we die? I'd like to think not, but... Because like, as long as he doesn't slot 1 super, we should just win, but... Oh, see, they still took damage from a normal attack. Oh, God. Fight. Oh, come on. He lowers defense on his super. Are you actually kidding me? Alright, well, this is the last attempt. It was turn 6. Oh, he was in slot 7. He was on turn 3. Oh god, what a terrible first turn. Oh no, the animations are still on.
We Saiyans have no limits. Let's charge.
I think these guys might be the only ones that have a turn 1 animation though, so... Oh, there's the AoE in slot 1 again. Yeah, it's like, I feel like on this first turn, like because of the AoEs, I pretty much have no choice but to use the Whis, right? I mean, if Gowasu and ZAMASU dodge, it'll be fine. But the problem is if they don't, or like AGL Trunks and Mai get supered, then I'm dead, like straight away. But I don't know if using the Whis on our first turn is a good idea. Because then we only get 1 for like the later part, right? I'm just going to do it anyway. Just keep grabbing same type orbs so we can potentially get the Dokkan attack, but... Oh, he's going to super straight away. And we didn't dodge, nice. Yeah, take it easy, Anto. Yeah, this is kind of crazy. Oh yeah, of course they're going to dodge. They're going to dodge every single normal attack. Nice. You know the other thing that makes the change as well, we were talking about last time how the Gawasu and ZAMASU not dodging that one attack meant we were low enough HP to die from the super and everything. If the HP condition, or just the transformation and condition in general was better, we could have fused into Vegito Blue on turn 5 and done a lot more damage to him overall and then would have won. But... because, yeah, getting Vegito Blue, especially on the turn where you can fuse and you're below HP. Oh, he raises his attack, yeah. But, yeah, his Vegito Blue, if you can fuse on the same turn be below the HP threshold for his active skill, the turn that he comes out is just absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, it's always the dodge the normal, eat the super. It's just always the meme, right?
Trunks, you think this is the end?
I didn't turn the thing off.
Or think about your pride.
Yeah, Goku Black's EZA drops in like an hour. I'm sure he'll be super good. 1.7 million super attack, yeah. And he raises attack, so... pretty crazy. It's kind of wild to think that, like, bosses are now doing more than, like, double the maximum HP you can have as their super attacks. So you have to have a pretty considerable level of defense to be able to get through that. We still have the Whis active, don't we? So... yeah, I guess we'll do this. I don't really want to float off Trunks, but kind of have to in this scenario. We've still got the Whis active though. We will do a pretty decent amount of damage this turn. I mean, Vegeta and Trunks not being able to get an 18 key super is not ideal, but... yeah, it's like the burst mode effect, where if the damage is a certain amount or less, it's just 0. It seems to be the ability that he has. So yeah, getting the additionals. Any of these, any characters that have an additional attack that has a chance to become a super, you really want it to become a super in these first phases. Because you got to do that damage. We lost because you didn't use Raditz. Well, we're trying to do the Time Travelers mission, so we can't use Raditz, right? Even if we wanted to, which I'm sure, you know, I'm sure we do want to, for every event, every day, but unfortunately he's not a time traveler, so sadly he gets left on the bench for this one. Alright, there we go. Future Gohan doing his thing. That's what we like to see. The Int one has a lot of HP though. Alright, Trunks getting the additionals. Oh, let's go. Trunks going off. Okay. Ooh. So what I could do here... see, there's no key for them in slot 1. That's really annoying. Because I was going to say, I could do this, right? And then between these two, they should kill him before he gets to AoE. But if he doesn't, then Trunks and Mai just immediately get killed by the AoE. I feel like they've got a kill, right? Well, he has so much HP. That's the only problem. Because yeah, I don't want to use an item here. They only have 350 3k defense. So if we're not killing with Goku and Vegeta and Trunks, then do they just die anyway? Yeah, that's what I mean. They nerf their defense, but if they do enough damage to him, then it like to ensure that Goku, because he's not AoEing until after STR Trunks attacks, so we would still obviously stand the possibility of just killing him straight away. But I'm also not sure like how much damage it will actually do, because it gets a guaranteed crit and it does, their attack raises pretty significantly. Trunks will get a guaranteed double super. I just don't know how much damage we're actually going to do. The problem is, if we don't use the Whis and we don't use the active skill, will we live anyway? This is the problem. Because we can't get the 18 key super for Trunks and Vegeta, so they're not going to do a lot of damage anyway. And then, of course, there's also the extra... There's also the factor of he's going to super attack potentially somewhere as well. Yeah, the other Trunks is going to be on this rotation as well. Ugh, there's such a bad turn. I guess the STR Trunks is better suited for taking a super. Or taking the AoE. So I just have to do this. Oh, please dodge this. Okay, whew. Alright, so now it's just the AoE we have to worry about, which only Trunks, STR Trunks is going to have not supered, and he has damage reduction, so should be okay. And yes, there is a 7-turn mission for... Oh, wow. Alright. So their 12 key just does not do any damage to him. I mean, I guess the extra 12 keys are stacking attack, but... Jeez. Okay, well. Good thing we didn't use the active skill plan, hey. Nice, they get double super. Okay, their defense is going to be really high. So, that's good. He still took 200k. Jeez. Yeesh. And it means we still have to now get through one turn of this as well. Because I don't think Trunks is going to kill... I mean, he's going to get a guaranteed second super, but... He didn't crit on the first one, so I think even if he crits now and gets another super, it's not going to be enough. Well, and he didn't anyway. Oh, okay. Jesus. Don't AoE slot 1? Oh, he is AoEing slot 1, because of course he is. I can't waste the Vegeta and Trunks active skill on this turn. So we just have to go for it and hope we survive. We've lost enough HP though that on the next turn we should be fusing into Vegito. So depending on how much HP we lose here, which actually it won't be enough. I was gonna say we're not going to be on low enough to use the active skill for Vegito as well, unless, I mean, this won't kill us, but this will probably still do damage, right? Whoa. We're hanging on for dear life. I'm saving the Whis. I know, we have to take the risk. This is our last attempt as well, and I'm hanging on for dear life. Okay. Now it's going to get spicy. Oh. Okay. We've still got the animations are on, right? Okay, we need to remember to use Vegito's active skill in slot 2. But here we go. This is where things should start to... This is where business is going to pick up, boys. We're going to get 100% chance to dodge with Vegito Blue. Trunks and Maya in slot 3 with no attacks, so they can use their active skill. And do some extra damage without having to worry about taking any damage. Right, so we've got to use this in slot 2, so we get the slot 2 effect. And then we're going to put him in slot 1. Trunks can't stand by because it's 5 turns from his first turn, and he wasn't on turn 1. So...
What's wrong? Can you not keep up with my speed?
Watch after all this, though. I'm going to put Trunks in slot 2, and he's going to super attack Trunks. God, could you imagine? It would actually just be GG. Because I can't... Like, I really should not be using the item, like, here, right? Because this is basically... Unless he supers Trunks, this is, like, the freest turn of all time. So... Alright, nice bit of extra damage. I'm going to put you there. Actually, I don't need physical orbs for Trunks because he's basically at 24 key already anyway. Alright, so we'll do this, and then do this. Here we go. Our fate is in your hands. Don't super attack Trunks. Okay, good. Whew. There you go. Look at this. Vegito Blue. Nah. Can't touch me, baby. Obviously, this isn't the best turn for him, right? He doesn't have any of his, like, God links or anything like that active, but hey, I'll take it. He's going to do a bunch of supers here. He can't take damage, which is probably one of the more important aspects of this turn. Plus, as we've said many times before, right, his attack stats might not all be high individually, but they're super effective against all types, and we are doing a whole bunch of them, so we will take that. And then obviously Trunks is getting a lot of links from Trunks and Mai, as well as getting legendary power from Vegito, so he should hopefully do some very solid damage here as well. And then next turn is future Gohan with the domain, so look at Vegito go. Alright. And then, yeah, the 18 key super from him buffs everybody's defense. Trunks obviously gets damage reduction per super, but I think he probably is just good in general. I mean, just getting a second super gives him 20% damage reduction, and his defense is going to be very high now. So, alright, there we go. Bust out another one. That's what we like to see. Oh, let's go. Alright, Trunks. Trunks knows, right? The team knows this is the last attempt, so it is time to go ham. And now it's the domain, and we're going to have the active skill from Vegeta and Trunks. So this is going to be a pretty wild turn.
I will defeat you! Stop acting like a pampered baby, Gohan!
I know you've got more power in you!
Damn. 8.5 million crit. You love to see it. And then, you know what? I will skip the Vegeta and Trunks one because it is very long.
We did it, Trunks. Right.
There we go. And then just to make sure that absolutely nothing can go wrong, we do this. And there we go. And that should be GG. Yep, he's going to try one last desperate attempt. At least he was doing the super attack last, because he raises attack on his super, right? So, 138k. Well, there you go. Very spicy run. We talked about this before with some of the events, but it does feel like they ramped up the difficulty for some of these, like the way you play these events, right? With them being super difficult from the start. To make no item runs more difficult to do. I know that won't be why, because I feel like they do not care at all about people doing no item runs and stuff. And I know no item runs are still doable on these stages, but like they're definitely more difficult because when you have to take risks, like even just turn 1 without an item active, in an event where you only get 5 tries per day. Like again, as we said before, right? If it was still infinite, if it was infinite attempts, then we could just keep trying no item runs like as long as we want, right? But I definitely did not want to have the first day be through and not get a single clear on the stage, right? So there you go. We finally did it. We beat the stage. We did it with a full Time Travelers team because the friend does not count. So I definitely think this is a good strategy if you want to try and do this mission, to use a future Gohan friend. Because future Gohan definitely contributed a huge amount to the team. Not just him himself, but like his domain obviously makes it so that Zamasu takes more damage from everybody else. So definitely very, very good. And so now we have, we beat the stage once. Oh wait, did we beat it in 7 turns as well? We did. Hey, let's go. So we beat the stage for the first time. We have the new support memory, which is future Saga allies get a permanent buff. And then for 7 turns from the start of the battle, any units whose name include Trunks or Mai get an extra 1 key, which is, I mean, maybe for the physical LR Trunks, I guess that would be nice. I guess it includes Trunks and Vegeta as well. But yeah, so we also did get a bunch of the tickets, so let's get the ticket summons in here at the end as well. Why not? I don't know if there's anything on the banner that I can actually use, but you know, we got 3 multis here, so we might as well do them. But yeah, very difficult stage. Let me know how you guys got on down below. Obviously, we'll have to wait until tomorrow now to do the superhero team mission, because yeah, that was definitely a spicy stage. So we've got Super Saiyan 3, so we are getting an SSR. I don't know if there even are any SSRs on this banner that I can use. I mean, that in Mai would be a great pull for anyone who still needs copies of her, right? Because her EZA is really good. So that's honestly not like a bad get. Obviously for me, not needed, but ooh, Krillin and 18. We're actually getting like good luck on these tickets on a banner where I can't use any of the units. We're actually going to pull some SSRs because there's no SSR guaranteed on these ticket summons. Also, we didn't get a screen break, but we've got Krillin and 18. Oh, there you go. There's AGL Trunks and Mai. We're just pulling the EZA units, apparently. And then the pretend LR Gohan. I remember so many people getting trolled by that unit when the original in LR Gohan came out. And now we got 17 and 18. Wow. Am I just stupid? Does the banner actually, like, they're actually just guaranteed SSR? Because I didn't think they were, but we got one in every single thing. Long Kamehameha. The Tech Trunks. Oh! I was about to say, on a ticket banners are like LR banners, right? So the Long Kamehameha was for an LR. So, well, there you go. I don't need any extra copies of them, but I guess we could start working on the SA5 second copy. Eventually they'll get an EZA, which hopefully will be good. Also, the banner disappears when you don't have any tickets, doesn't it? So I can't even look at it, but I'm pretty sure that those tickets are not guaranteed SSR. But anyway, well, there you go. So that was the new Red Zone stage. Definitely very tricky, but we got it done in the end. It took all 5 attempts. The AoE very consistently being in slot 1 definitely makes it very difficult. Like, his normal attacks in stage 1 didn't really seem to hit that hard, but the AoE was obviously quite tricky for some units. So it makes certain units, I don't want to say unusable, but just very, very difficult to use in that stage, right, because of the AoEs. So let me know what team you guys use down below. And yeah, we'll do the superhero mission tomorrow, I guess. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.